You know that country you vaguely remember hearing about in world history class? The one with ancient ruins, ski slopes, Black Sea beaches, and yogurt so good it might actually heal your soul? Yeah, that one, Bulgaria. It's one of the oldest countries in Europe, and yet somehow still a bit of a hidden gem. It's got a wild mix of ancient Thracian tombs, medieval fortresses, Soviet-era leftovers, and enough monasteries and mountain trails to keep your hiking boots and camera busy. So let's dive into everything you need to know before you go. From weather and budget tips to how to get around and where to eat, we've got you covered. Timing your trip to Bulgaria depends on what kind of traveler you are. If you're all about outdoor activities, picture-perfect spring weather runs from March to May. Think green hills, blooming wildflowers, and fewer tourists getting in your shot. Summer, June through August, is when the beaches along the Black Sea are in full swing. Picture sunny days, seaside cocktails, and warm water. But it does get hot and crowded, so bring sunscreen and patience. Fall might just be the sweet spot. September and October bring cooler temps, golden foliage, and harvest season, which means wine. Yes, Bulgaria makes wine. And it's good. And for the snow lovers, December through February is ski season in places like Bansko and Borovets. Just know that January gets cold. We're talking below freezing, no joke kind of cold. The easiest way in? Flying. Sofia Airport is the main international hub, and it's usually where you'll land if you're coming from the US or Western Europe. But if you're hopping around Europe already, you can also fly into Plovdiv, Varna, or Burgas, especially if you're headed to the Black Sea coast. Train lovers, rejoice! You can reach Bulgaria by rail from neighboring countries like Romania, Serbia, and Greece. The views can be gorgeous, but be ready for long rides and less than fancy carriages. Driving into Bulgaria is doable too if you're coming from a nearby country. Just make sure you've got an international driving permit and expect some tolls along the way. Okay, so you've arrived, now what? Public transport in Bulgaria is surprisingly decent. Intercity buses are your best bet for traveling between towns. They're cheap, regular, and relatively comfy. Trains are another option. They connect major cities like Sofia, Plovdiv, and Varna. But they can be slow and not always the most reliable. Think scenic, but slightly unpredictable. In Sofia, the metro is clean, fast, and very affordable. Great for getting around without having to deal with traffic. You can also use ride-sharing apps like Bolt or Uber in major cities. They're safe, easy, and usually cheaper than hailing a taxi on the street. Planning to get off the beaten path? Rent a car. Bulgaria's got some beautiful remote areas that are tough to reach otherwise. Just watch out for narrow mountain roads and, yes, the occasional goat crossing. Here's the good news. Bulgaria is affordable. Like, Europe on a budget, affordable. Hostel dorms go for about 10 to 20 euros a night. A private room in a budget hotel, around 30 euros. If you're more of a mid-range traveler, expect to spend about 50 to 100 euros per night on a nice hotel or guest house. Luxury hotels in the popular areas like Bansko or the Black Sea coast usually start around 150 euros and up. Street food can cost you less than 3 euros. A full meal at a casual restaurant will usually be somewhere between 5 and 10 euros. A nice 3-course dinner for 2 with wine? You're looking at around 25 to 50 euros total, not per person, total. So yes, you can eat well, sleep well, and enjoy yourself without torching your bank account. First, skip the taxis. Use public transit, especially in the cities. It's way cheaper and honestly more reliable sometimes. Eat local. Bulgaria has a surprisingly rich food culture. Think stews, grilled meats, fresh veggies, and lots of cheese. And it's often cheaper than touristy international spots. Stay in guest houses or locally run hostels. Not only are they cheaper, but they're often more charming. And you'll get insider tips you won't find in a guidebook. If you're coming from the UK or Europe, look into package holidays. Some include airfare, hotel, and meals for less than you'd spend booking everything separately. And finally, keep your travel dates flexible. Off-season or shoulder season trips will save you big. All right, what should actually be on your itinerary? Let's start with the capital, Sofia. It's walkable, historic, and kind of underrated. Make time for the Alexander Nevsky Cathedral. Huge, gold-domed, and iconic. You've also got Roman ruins, hip cafes, and the beautiful Vitosha Mountain right on the edge of the city. Next up, Rila Monastery. It's a UNESCO site tucked in the mountains, and the mix of frescoes and forest is honestly magical. It's one of those places that makes you whisper without realizing it. Plovdiv is another must. One of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in Europe. You've got Roman amphitheaters, cobbled streets, colorful houses, and a surprisingly modern art scene. It's kind of like Bulgaria's answer to a mini Florence, with more doner kebabs. If you're into nature, hit Pirin National Park. It's a hiker's dream. Think glacial lakes, alpine peaks, and the occasional wild goat. Plus, it's another UNESCO site, and we love collecting those. And yes, Bulgaria has beaches. Head to Sunny Beach if you want the party scene, or try Sozopol or Nesebar for a more relaxed, historic vibe. Cobblestones, seafood, and sea breezes. Yes, please. Bulgarian food is hearty, fresh, and made for sharing. Try banica, a pastry filled with cheese and eggs that's perfect for breakfast or a quick snack. Shopska salad is the go-to starter. Tomatoes, cucumbers, onions, and cheese. Lots of cheese. Kavarma is a savory meat stew, and mashanaskara is a mixed grill plate you'll be dreaming about later. For dessert, try baklava or kiselo mliako, a local yogurt that's creamier and tangier than anything you've had at home. And don't skip the drinks. Bulgarian wine is shockingly good. Go for a red like Mavrud or a white like Dimyat, and if someone hands you a shot of rakia, the local fruit brandy, just smile, take a sip, and prepare for a warm buzz. A few basics. Bulgarians nod for no and shake their heads for yes. Yes, really. It's confusing. Just clarify if needed. English is spoken in tourist areas, but learning a few Bulgarian phrases goes a long way. Most places take card, but it's good to keep a little cash on hand, especially in rural areas or markets. Tipping isn't mandatory, but is appreciated. Round up or leave 10% at restaurants if you had good service. Respect religious sites, cover shoulders, remove hats, and follow posted rules when visiting churches or monasteries. Bulgaria is one of those places that surprises people in the best way. It's rich in history, easy on your wallet, and full of experiences you won't find in more overdone European hotspots. Whether you're hiking through misty mountains, strolling down ancient streets, or just enjoying a cheap glass of wine with a sea view, this place has a quiet magic to it. So pack light, bring comfy shoes, and give Bulgaria a chance to charm you. You won't regret it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay creative.